care what your mama say. I don't care what your friends say. I don't even care what your doctor say. BBL smell is real.
BBL doesn't stink, boo. There's something dead living inside you. Y'all to go get the biggest, ginormous hippopotamus.
She had to get her BBL removed because her sit-down air smelled like a dumpster.
I ended up in urgent care where they immediately told me I had a deep tissue infection. It's coming out of the incision.
This faja hasn't been cleaned, so it has doo-doo.
Outside and talk about this because after what I just experienced, I'm traumatized. BBL smell is 100% real. I don't care what your mama say. I don't care what your friends say. I don't even care what your doctor say. BBL smell is real, and let me tell you why. And if you're wondering what it smells like, it smells like broccoli. The broccoli that's been sitting in your pot with the top on for 2 days. We all know how that smells. Sour, funky, molded.
Oh, very ew.
Now, it's going to be some people that say, my BBL don't smell like that. I don't know where she get her information from. Take your hand and rub it back there and see if you smell the same thing that I'm smelling. Now, some BBLs have a soft, funky smell, like a musky smell. And then some BBLs have a loud smell, a smell like rotten flesh. But trust me, it's all the same smell. Now, if you're wondering how to get that funky smell up out of your skin, because yeah, it's sucked in them pores and it's deep within that skin. Take you a cup of vinegar, 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt, run you a bath of hot, steamy water, and sit in a tub for about 30 to 45 minutes. You're going to need one of them thick rags that you get from Amazon, the hotel style rags. I've told 2 friends about that, and trust me, it works. And I know I joke a lot, but this is not a joke. This is serious. Let's get that smell out the way because, baby, I can't take it no more. If y'all gonna do it, let's just do it, right? Okay?
Yeah, I saw a lady say that smell is like an infection.
BBL doesn't stink, boo. There's something dead living inside you. Whenever you go have like any type of surgery procedures, anything like lipo, BBL, and I'm speaking in my own personal experience because I'm actually a nurse and I actually had BBL lipo 360 a year ago. I've never come across those problems where I smelled like rotten flesh. I know what smell y'all talking about, and when the first couple of days after having a BBL, you do smell like blood, and you do smell like almost like after you had a baby. You know that after you had a baby, like that placenta smell? So yes, that is correct. You do smell like that for a couple of days up until the bleeding stop. Once that bleeding stop, you no longer have no type of smell coming from your BBL, your incisions, anything like that. So at that point, that means that your raw ASS that smells like that. You clearly not washing up correctly. And if you're a year post-op and you still stink and there's still some type of raw flesh type of blood smell, and y'all know what smell I'm talking about, especially the girlies that's in healthcare, we smell that type of smell every day. That means that you have something necrotic. There's something dying in your body, whether it's maybe you have like some type of fibrosis, maybe you have some type of infection, maybe you just didn't heal properly the way you were supposed to heal because you weren't taking care of yourself, and you didn't get all of your massages properly like you were supposed to do. Whatever the case may be, y'all need to stop this stigma with trying to say all BBLs stink, because baby, my walk by air is fresh. Y'all need to stop going to get these surgeries done without going and actually doing your research on aftercare. Like, y'all go and get these surgeries and y'all not taking care of yourselves, and then y'all go and get the biggest butt possible. Nobody told y'all to go get the biggest ginormous hippopotamus, and now it's contracting all of this BV all up in there because you can't properly clean it. Like, y'all, come on now. Y'all need to go get checked and make sure y'all coochie is right, because it's probably got something to do with that. It's not just the butt, it's the coochie too. Like, there's no way in hell you're a year post-op and you still stink. You got an infection, something is dying.
Where the lady said that she had to get her BBL removed because her sit down air smelled like a dumpster. If y'all haven't already, y'all gonna see the video soon, because this is TikTok. Baby, the lady tells us, it gives us a 2-part story on why she got her BBL removed, because her sit down air, the air around her smell bad. It smelled horrible. Nobody could handle it. She says her boyfriend left her. Her boyfriend, y'all. Her boyfriend left her because he couldn't stomach it, baby. He couldn't handle it no more. He said, "No, I can't do this no more. You stink. You stink." Oh my God. Then I knew she wasn't lying when she said that when she washed her clothes and she got it out the dryer, it still smelled like the smell. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. And y'all still getting them. Oh my God.
Wow. She took her clothes out the dryer and they still smell. Now, there probably was some truth to what the last lady said. I do have a reaction from a lady that handles surgeries, but I'm going to get into after this. I want to first play the lady who talks about her boyfriend leaving her. Let's get into that.
Getting on here saying that her sit down air stink because of her BBL. I didn't even listen to the whole story, and then she said her boyfriend broke up with her because of it. I would love her too, because baby, don't nobody want to smell all that. Don't nobody want to smell all of that. But my thing is, like, I don't know. Like, everybody is saying this. Maybe it depends on the type of person, it depends on the type of diet you are on, or type of surgery that you had, or where you went, or something like that. But a lot of people are saying that people with BBL stink. Like, I never been around a woman that had a BBL. Well, yes, I have. It's have. My makeup artist, she had a BBL, but I ain't smell anything. I guess you gotta be like, sexual with that person, or be with that person all the time when they have naked and stuff like that. But I never smelled like a woman with BBL odor or anything like that, because I rarely be around women who have BBLs. So is it true? I don't know. But most of the men, you ask the men, and they say it do stink, do have a smell to it. And some men say some BBLs, they body are not soft, like they bust not soft, they bust are hard. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of men that say they rather have a woman with a natural body than a woman with a BBL. So it gotta be something going on. I don't know, but all the women with the BBLs are going ham on her, because they was like, "Oh, we do not stink. We not like." The lady is talking about her experience. She's not talking about everybody. So get off that lady case. If she says sit down air stink because of BBL, let that just be her. If you're not guilty, do not say anything.
Yeah, I think that lady's telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Because I'm sure at least two of those ladies that were complaining, because it's a lot on TikTok, probably stink too. But I feel for her. Well, not really. You shouldn't have got it. Like, seriously, when people get them, and also look at what guys are saying. She said it. Guys are saying they would rather you not have it. So if men are saying don't get it, why are you all running down to? Oh yeah, that's right. You don't care what men say anyway. Sad.
I've been getting a lot of messages from different women asking me to tell their story, so I'm going to tell y'all a story that I just received tonight. She captioned her story, "The Infection They Tried to Ignore." I went out of state for my BBL because a friend recommended this up-and-coming clinic. It looked professional enough, clean, organized, and the staff seemed nice. The price was lower than most places, but I thought I was getting a good deal. The surgery went fine at first. The pain was intense but expected. I was swollen, bruised, and sore, normal post-op stuff. But about day 5 then, I started noticing a strange smell. At first, I thought maybe I wasn't cleaning myself well enough, even though I was following the aftercare instructions to the letter. Then I noticed one of the incisions on my lower back felt warm, too warm. The area was red, hard, and the smell started getting worse. It was a sour and rotten smell. When I called the clinic, they brushed it off, told me it was normal healing, and to give it a few more days. By day 7, the pain was unbearable and pus was draining from the incision. I ended up in urgent care where they immediately told me I had a deep tissue infection, necrotizing fasciitis. I hope I got that right. The bacteria had started killing the tissue inside my body. They rushed me to the hospital and I had to go through emergency surgery to remove the infected tissue. I stayed in the hospital for over a week on IV antibiotics, scared out of my mind. I survived, but I was left with a permanent scarring and had to have reconstructive surgery months later. My body is forever changed, not by the BBL I wanted, but by the damage it left behind. Lesson learned. Cheaper doesn't mean safer, and if your body smells like something is dying, don't let anyone tell you it's normal.
Ah, man, it's so cringy. The stories. Like, I'm listening to the stories, pus and rotten flesh, and the lady said it's the vajayjay, but I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't think that may be the vajayjay. I think it's that they have infections, actual infections. And then this one lady said she's the same lady. She said she had to get hers taken out.
Me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do something. So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. Me and my sister went to get the procedure done together. And before I got the procedure done, I joined the group on Facebook. It was like a support group. Different women that got it, that's in relationships, just for, to talk about it. So a lot of women in the group was pretty much saying, when you get it, your boyfriend is going to be jealous, so just keep it out on that. So when he was telling me it was smelly down there, I was going to the group saying, he's saying it's smelly down there. They was basically telling me to ignore him. He's jealous, but he'll eventually come around. So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, man's was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah.
I gotta stop. You thought he was jealous. He told you what smells down there. She said, "Oh, I'm supposed to do." You should went back to the group. My boyfriend said it stink. Oh, you just jealous. You can't make this shit up. She probably didn't say it. You just jealous. She brushed it off. I see why you left.
I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks, but after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was doing. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mine's would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So I used to put gauze and dressings on it to support the leakage while I may have been outside or out and about. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up, or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't. So one day me and my boyfriend was about to do something and he just was like, I cannot take the smell anymore. And he broke up with me and he left. And that was pretty much that. But he was telling me for months. But me listening to the women in a group thinking they knew what they was talking about, it kind of messed everything up for me. It even got to the point I was wearing jeans in the summertime because it was an embarrassment even looking at it. I'm going to upload the picture right here.
This story can't be serious because she's talking. My boyfriend is jealous. Men are telling you the truth. You know what's funny? I bet he told her before she got the surgery done, don't do it. You find out where you are. You acting like your boyfriend's gonna leave you. I bet you he was with you before you got it. It's not like you got it and then you landed some baller. You had the same man the whole time. I got it for me. So many, I got it for me. And guess what happened? You got some fat removed and put in different places for you too, right? Let me let her finish.
On how I got my BBL surgically removed because my sit down one was stinking real bad. So I deleted part one because there were so many people in the comments talking how y'all are doing now. So I deleted part one and I made part two because there was some people in the comments that wanted to know more. BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt, okay? There's people in the comments saying, oh, you wasn't washing up right. Come on, let's be real. It's coming out of the incision. It f***ing stink. I don't care what y'all say. It stink. And if it's not healing properly and your body is rejecting it, the hole will remain open and the drainage will continue to come out and stink up your linen, stink up your underwear, stink up everything, okay? Now, my BBL been removed for the past 4 years. Only had it in for about a year until it was stinking so bad I couldn't take it no more. I don't know if y'all wanted me to get on here and say BBL smell good, but they stink. Stay away from them.
She said it right there, and we already saw a large influx, and ladies have been getting them. Like you look at DR, and you see those ladies in the DR in Colombia, they're getting them there too. Guys are flying across to those shores and smashing a woman there, and it's just, I mean, I guess they worked out how to get the smell down, right? But plus, I know out in Colombia, I think they have their own. Yeah, that's where they go to get them. That's one of the homes. So, yeah, that's where these ladies are flying to a lot of times, Colombia, to get it done. So, I guess they're getting the professionals or they know the doctors, speaking to them in Spanish, telling them, give me the good special for cheap. I don't know. Maybe I can speak to some passport bros I know or some guys that are down there paying for play and find out, do they stink down there? Yeah, I really want to know that. Do those girls stink? Do you come across some that stink? I'm sure some of them do. I definitely want to know. But this is the lady that talks about why it's stinking.
So, as someone who literally works in plastic surgery post-op care, I be around a lot of BBLs. If your BBL is stinking a year into the process, you might have some, I don't think that's your butt. I think it's a wound. It could be your cooch. I don't think it's the BBL itself. It might be a wound or one of the holes. To which I would say go to your nearest hospital immediately because it's probably rotting for whatever reason. After a BBL, though, I will say the smells are not that pleasant for a multitude of reasons that I'll list out for you. First of all, when you get liposuction, they stick that needle in there. That looked like I was doing something else just now. And when they're sucking that you, your skin is disconnected from the muscle. And the reason it's important that you get your massages, lymphatic massages, 6 months, you really should get them for at least 6 months after your surgery, is because your skin needs to heal and heal back onto the muscle. And you want it to heal flat and not have that bumpy look that, on someone's stomach. We all know the look I'm talking about.
That makes sense what she's saying. So, do you know how many girls are probably not getting the massages? Wouldn't think to get it. Feel they don't have the time. They get it, come home, got to go back to work right away. So, they may have 3 or 4 kids. Man, the ladies getting it. The single baby mamas getting BBLs. It's wild, but they're doing it. And running about still don't care. They got it done. They may have gotten the man they want, and that's all they care about.
But while it's healing, fluid swells up because you swell. So with the lymphatic drainage for the first couple of days, your holes will still be open. There'll be some doctors choose to drain with tubes. Because if that tube gets yanked or that hurt. Just let it drain out. But it's not gonna smell good because it's literally pus and blood and your body. It's disgusting. Another reason it stinks is because you're in a faja. You're compressed because we don't want you to swell, right? Because it's healing. And what your body's gonna do if it's not compressed. If it's not compressed, it will expand. You're supposed to stay in that faja for days, right? So what happens is you got all that pus coming out that already doesn't smell great. You're in the same faja 4 days a lot of times. You're sweating and you have your natural must and you have a lot of smells mixing together. As someone who has done lymphatic massages, I can tell y'all, it doesn't smell great. The girls don't smell great fresh off the table. It's really nothing you can do. Oh, and I forgot this part. You still have, right? You still have you still have to, and your butt is kind of hard, still swollen from all that freshly injected fat. And it's been sitting in a faja. And you now have, well, you're a part of the club now. You have 17 miles of crack. And you cannot necessarily clean yourself as good as you be used to. Because you're not like taking full on showers. You're not doing that 48 hours post-op. Oh, and I forgot this. You still have to pee. Usually, the girls have the urinals or like the cups that they pee in, and you might get a little driblet. You can't.
You know what's the wild thing, right? These girls don't have bidets. I'll tell you what the ladies use over here. I have one in my bathroom. The sprayer, the bidet. I gotta be real. A lot of you in America, you wash. How can I say it? You don't wash every time you go to the bathroom. So it's already raunchy down there. Let me explain. I didn't know until I came here. Every time I go number 2, I spray back there. So me doing that, I get all of the leftover. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, but I got to. All of the leftover feces out of there, removed. And those ladies that are getting the BBLs, she's right with what she's saying. If you spray water in there and get some soap in there, or get somebody that really loves you, because what's happening, you ladies are getting it done, and these guys don't love you like that. They can't, because why are they leaving you? Why? I don't know. If I loved the girl, I couldn't leave her. I just couldn't. But they leaving because they don't love you. But still, get someone you love that you can spray down there and have them wash it out. You're not used to, as she said, that big buttocks you have.
It's fully squat and pee like Pocahontas. I'm sorry if that wasn't politically correct. That's what they called it at Girl Scout camp, which might have been problematic to begin with. You just can't squat and pee in that. I'd have to be bent and hunched over. Again, this faja hasn't been cleaned, so it has doo-doo niblets, driblets of pee, pus coming out of you, and you're in that faja for like 3 days. 4 days. They take it off and put it right back on. That's what y'all are smelling. Now, that smells horrible, yes. But if you're still smelling like that 6 months post-op, you need to go to the emergency room.
I think she cleaned it up the best. But let me get into the next video.
I'm on my way to a paid date with a 70-year-old. I've been on a handful now of paid dates, and this is probably the oldest I've ever done. I was a little apprehensive to do it just because he is so much older, but I need some extra spending money for Vegas this weekend, so why not? I just got back from Siesta Keys. I've been traveling so much this summer, so it could not hurt to make.
Girl, are you a 304? It sounds like she's a paid 304. If she's not, she's on her way. She's being molded. Somebody, who you around? Like, seriously, who's molding your brain? Something's wrong.
Make a little bit of extra spending money. And before anyone about me being a bop, I literally don't do anything with these guys. Like, this is literally the only thing I do is go on paid dates. I would never ever do anything else. And they genuinely just want some company. They just want some human connection. Sometimes they're just in town on business. Like, that's really all it is. And I'm only there for like an hour and a half. The whole time in completely public places. I would never ever go to their hotels or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Plus, I'm celibate right now, so that. Like I'm literally focused on the money, my friends, family, and God.
Oh, she belongs to the streets.
At the end of the day, okay? That's all I really need at the end of the day.
It's that way for right now, but you're on your way. You are on your way. And actually, I took a look at the comments. Look what it says. Where can I go on a paid date? Modern woman, escape the matrix. If you're a man and you're watching, date outside of the West. Look at this. Where can I go on a paid date? I don't even want to see the 27 replies, but at 1,095 likes. I don't do anything. Is it an app or website? Get your money, babe. Hold on, I gotta move to the side. I gotta see. Okay, none are there. Where do I apply though? What is wrong with the modern woman? And look what this guy says. Very smart man. This is how it starts. This is exactly how it starts, my man. You see it too. She's on her way to being a high-paid 304. Doesn't know it? It's coming. It's coming real soon.
Your relationship is stressful because you are not having enough sex with your man. But a lot of women would have much nicer, happier relationships if they gave it up to their man more. Now, I'm not here to tell you what a healthy life looks like. I appreciate that there are some unavoidable things that will impact your life, like pregnancy, childbirth, sickness. That includes extreme mental health. I get that. And I am not even saying that every time your man works, you have to be in the mood and you have to give it. Who I am specifically talking about is women who, for no other reason than they don't feel like it, constantly deny their men. And I'm going to tell you why this is such a dangerous thing to do. In 90% of my videos, you will see that I always talk about how much of an innate desire that is for men. Mm-hmm. And I think it can be tough to understand as a woman because we're more emotionally led. So I would describe regular intercourse for men as like a hunger that they need to satisfy. And what happens when you're hungry and you don't eat for a long time? You get hangry. Men are much nicer people when they're having... I'm sorry, I don't know the politically correct way to say this. And what a lot of women do that I think is extremely unfair is that they will enter into a committed situation with a man where both parties agree that there's no outside relations, so they are only going to be exclusive to each other, and then deny that man. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, yes, of course, a man can live without sex. I'm not here arguing that with you. However, if you think it's not going to have any repercussions, you are mistaken. That man will be surlier, that man will be moodier, that man will be more reserved, more in his own self. He will depend on you emotionally less. You will just have less of a connection in your relationship. Because as much as some women want to deny it, physicality is a big part of a relationship for man.
Yeah, it is.
And then the tough part then is the loyalty. Because if a man has an innate desire for something that he should be able to get in his relationship and he feels like he cannot get it, then the idea of straying, cheating comes along. And you will find in a lot of long-term situations where a man has cheated or cheats, there is a lack of intimacy in the home. Now, I'm not justifying men cheating because, like I tell everyone, at any point you can pick up your bags and go. But I just think it's important for me to speak on this, just in case there are any women out there who are not realizing the impact of something that they might not think is that big of a deal, because for women often isn't that big of a deal. Because when you're having, obviously in a nice relationship, in a nice atmosphere, it keeps the romance alive, it keeps the flirting alive, the banter, the excitement, and you really need that for a long-term relationship. And the other thing about it is that stops your relationship from going into that roommate stage that I think a lot of people's relationships end up in. So that's enough of me being in your business. Happy humping, Godspeed, and good luck. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
Yeah. Well, really, I can tell you, I don't really feel there's an exception to the rule. If you have a man, especially if you have a husband, because every relationship should lead to marriage, right? So if you have a husband, give him some. I talked about it before in another video, but a brother came out here to the Philippines and was shocked. She was just giving it up. She gave it to him 17 times in 4 days. He couldn't believe it. But she's younger and she knows that's what a man wants. It's not that they just want to do it all the time. It's that too. But why wouldn't you want to? Why did you marry me? You don't see me as desirable? Like I don't turn you on? I don't look at you and you don't feel a certain way? That should be automatic. And if you don't, give it up anyway. Some ladies may see that and say, oh, he's so rough. Well, I'm a man, right? But yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. If you like the content and you watched this far, be sure you don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, peace out. See you later.
Coming.